Joining me live now is our political editor, Andrew Clennell. Andrew, good to see you. You've got some breaking news on this.
Yes, I do, Laura. So it's my understanding that Mathias Cormann had no idea that Scott Morrison was secretly swearing himself in as Finance Minister during the pandemic. He did not tell his own Finance Minister that he was taking this action. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is in Melbourne this morning. When he travels back to Canberra, he's going to get a briefing from Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet officials as to the legality of this. The PM has real concerns that this really breaches the Westminster system in terms of its openness and transparency. And I'm informed that he's taking this development rather seriously, this story.
Sure, but this is all retrospective now. Even if you do have an investigation into this, does it have any real-world implications for the decisions taken at the time?
Well, I guess you can... I'm not sure about action against Scott Morrison, as you point out. I think that would be difficult, but you could close the gap in the system so this could never happen again. I mean, what's been reported in this book, Plagued, by Simon Benson and Jeff Chambers, is that Christian Porter, the Attorney General, used an administrative instrument rather than have the swearing in through the Governor-General. And what's extraordinary about this, I mean, you look at it at face value and you sort of say, well, they're the Prime Minister anyway. Can't they overrule their ministers? Not in certain circumstances. Immigration, for example, that is the Immigration Minister's decision on various cases in the Act. Environment, Tanya Plibersek, when she looks at coal mines, the same. Resources, the same. And to use the cover of the pandemic is one thing, and to say a minister can get COVID, but the Resources Minister a year later, it's just, well, it doesn't pass the pub test apart from anything else, does it? No. So it really is an extraordinary action by Scott Morrison that's been revealed in this book. Yeah. And what I find more extraordinary is that Mathias Cormann did not know, because Greg Hunt is documented in the book as Scott Morrison saying, I trust you, but I need this extra power. And yet he never informs his Finance Minister.
The extra power to do what exactly? I know you point out that an Immigration Minister, does take decisions on their own. And this was highlighted, of course, during the Novak Djokovic saga, right? But we all know how governments work. I mean, if you were an Immigration Minister, for example, that made a decision that went against the protestations or the pleadings of a Prime Minister, I mean, you wouldn't be long in that role, would you?
That's the point, but it is an interesting system where you can make decisions and it's all down to you. The Prime Minister doesn't get a say. That does seem a bit crazy to me. The point's also been made to me this morning. There are acting minister arrangements. So why couldn't Morrison have just used those? Why did he have to swear himself in? It does because the reason with the health and finance was in case they got COVID. Well, if they got COVID and that is the reason, he could have sworn in an acting minister to make various decisions.
Andrew, I reckon this might just prompt a breaking of Scott Morrison's silence post-election. What do you reckon?
Well, I would have thought so. I think the former PM needs to explain himself.
We'll see. Andrew Clennell, thank you.